Luna, if you want to do the honors and go ahead and introduce us.
Okay. I forget how we're supposed to be introduced. Something about like
Honestly,
screen
just go
themes or
with it.
whatever. All right,
Nah.
bet. So, hello everybody. It's your girl Luna and your girl Ani back with Control Plus Drama doing our Reddit reads for our podcast times.
Okay, so this week we chose to go with a spooky theme because Luna's first story was spooky, and I was like, why don't we try to like theme this up from like hella drama, like couple family drama ish, to spooky, and we might just switch off every other week or so. So, yeah,
Yeah, I think last week was drama
a lot more
about the
drama.
wine, a lot of drama, like the wine being spilled and all that craziness. I still can't believe that. I'm still gagged.
I'd be pissed, but it's
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yeah. Alrighty. So, the first one is a spooky man in the woods, right? From Creepy Encounters, art/creepy encounters. So, okay, before I start the story, I want to give some context. I grew up in a town called Luther, Michigan, and in the middle of the Manistee Forest. I'm talking small, like a population of 300 people. I lived with my grandpa at the time, and we lived in a small one-bedroom cabin he built deep in the woods. And to even get to it, you need to drive down like a 2-mile two-track. That sounds familiar. So,
Is that how it is for you?
yeah, literally, I live like 2 miles away from the highway, and I'm 2 miles down in the middle of the woods.
Mhm.
I
Damn.
do live in like a small little community of houses, but that's literally just my family, like my aunt, my uncle, my
Ye-
cousins over there. My mom used to live up the hill with my stepdad, and now my stepdad lives up there. Well, they're divorced now, but still,
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's literally like just a little community of my family. Other than that, we're in the woods.
Damn. Damn.
So yeah. So
I've been
needless to
meeting a
say,
lot of people. Oh, sorry. I
oh
was
no,
just
you're
gonna
good.
say
What?
I've been meeting a lot of people at work from Ohio lately, and every time they say Ohio, I think you.
Well, I guess I'm just impactful or something like that.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're good. So, needless to say, unless you know who my grandpa is or my family is, no random person is going to accidentally walk into our front yard out there. Understandable. Yep, exactly. Because unless we know you, we're staring out our windows and we're like, who is coming down the driveway? Who is that? Do you know them? And like, we're always like fact checking each other. We're like, who is that?
So that
We're
means
so
when I come
nosy.
visit, I'm just gonna be the tiny little Asian girl who sticks out from nowhere,
They're gonna be
walking
like,
down
who
the
is that?
street. They're
Yeah.
like, she doesn't look like she belongs here.
I'd be like, no, she's kind of from the West Coast, but that's fine. Like she belongs wherever she wants to belong. Leave her be. Okay. So now that I painted the picture, let me tell you the story. I must have been about 7 or 8 years old or so. As I said, it was a small one-bedroom cabin. So my bedroom was actually the living room. I hate that. And we
Yeah.
had this giant window looking out to the front area of the house. During the day, you could see the driveway, the shed, and my grandpa's project cars and trucks and various farm stuff that we had. But at night, pitch black, like someone put a black blanket over the entire house. My bed was positioned right up against the window, so I'd be sleeping right next to this window. As I said, it's a small space, so space was a premium. So I'd just curl up with my back against the window and fall asleep. I was a pretty heavy sleeper as a kid, so I'd be out the whole night. So one night
Same.
after I said my prayers and got into bed, my grandpa tucked me into bed and sat by the fire to read his Bible. Most nights, he'd read his Bible till I fell asleep, then go back into his room and sleep himself. And this night was no different. He got to his chair to look out. He got in his chair, took out his Bible, and started to read, so I slowly fell asleep. So I must have been asleep for maybe 3 or 4 hours when I woke up. My grandpa fell asleep in the chair, and my back was hurting, so I turned around onto my side. Now my face was staring out the window, and I was about to just close my eyes and go back to sleep when I swear I saw a silhouette of a man, or a silhouette that looked like a man standing right outside the window. Keep in mind, it was already pitch black out there, so this means he would have had to be standing like inches from the glass. At first, I thought I was seeing things, so I blinked a few times, and it was still there. I remember feeling super scared, and I didn't move. Maybe I thought if I didn't move, whoever it was would think I was asleep and just leave. But the shadow didn't leave. And once my eyes adjusted, I could in fact make out a man with stubble standing practically right next to the glass. Again, I didn't move. Then the man knelt down to where his face was level with mine and looked right at me. I just
Ooh.
fucking started crying so bad. I was shaking. And that's what woke up my grandpa. When my grandpa got out of his chair, the man took off into the woods. My
That's
grandpa came over,
terrifying.
right? I would pee myself. I would pee myself. Wet bed. There it is. uh, so scary. My grandpa came over and started to rub my back and asked what's wrong, and I told him what I saw. Now, I had a rough childhood, so if I lied to anyone, I'd get my ass beat. So he knew that I wouldn't make this
Hmm.
up. My grandpa turned on the house lights, went into his room, and came out with a shotgun and went outside. He was out there for probably 10 minutes, but it felt like hours. When he came back in, his face was spooked. My grandpa was a Green Beret in Vietnam. He doesn't scare at all, but he looked freaked out. He came over to me and said that he'll stay with me tonight and even let me watch TV all night, which he never let me do. And the whole night he sat facing the door of the cabin with that shotgun. The morning came, and the first thing he does was put curtains all over the windows. Then we went outside, and sure enough, there was footprints in the dirt leading right up to the deep woods. After that, I wasn't allowed to play in the woods alone anymore, and my grandpa moved my bed away from the window. Now, about a week or so later, my grandpa was watching the news before dinner, and there was a story about a recently escaped prisoner that was found near Becky Trail outside of Luther. The two tracks that led to my cabin was the Becky Trail. He was hiding out in a hunting shack about a mile away from where we were. To this day,
Shut
being alone in the
up.
woods at night scares the shit out of me.
Oh,
Bro, like
hell
a mile
no.
away? Uh-uh.
Ah,
Girl.
she almost,
Nah.
she could have died.
I would be so freaked out. I'd be like, listen, we're burning down the woods. Time to just burn it down, man.
That's so terrifying, though,
hmm
bro.
Can you imagine being a kid and just waking up to a grown man's face right there? Bruh.
I would
No,
cry
thank you.
too. I mean, as an adult, I'd be like, "Hi, are you a ghost?" But like, but as a kid, like, I'd be scared because now I'm like, I
No,
don't know if this is real or I'm imagining things. I can't tell.
Annie only had survival instincts as a child. Now she's like, "Are you a ghost?" And then probably gets got by a grown man living in the woods.
Oh my god. But that's because I've become very woo woo and very delusional, though. I'm not even gonna lie about that. Like, I have become a
That's
very
fair.
woo woo delusional person. So I'm like, I don't know if this is real or if that's a ghost. Huh.
Am I crazy right now? Like, is this happening? Am I crazy? I can't
Like,
tell.
I need another pair of eyes to verify this.
You'd be like,
Oh.
Luna, come here. And I'll be like, what? And I'll go over and I'll be like, what's up? And you'll be like, is there somebody staring at me through this window? And I'll be like, Ani, what do you mean? I'm like, there is no way you brought me over here to look out the window to see if some person and or creature is staring at you through the window.
I mean, that does sound like an interaction we would have from the week that
Yeah,
you
it
spent
is.
with me.
You-
Hey,
oh my God.
Luna, do you see this? Is this real?
I'd be like, Ani, I wish you hadn't brought me over here, because yes, that's real, and now I'm scared. Hold on, wait. As a kid, I was stupid and crazy, and also, like, I didn't care about my life. So I was always, like, doing stupid stuff, and I didn't get scared of anything. So I feel like as a kid, I probably wouldn't pee myself in the bed. I would just be, like, trying to fight whoever was standing at my window. But, like, as an adult, I would pee myself, throw myself off the bed, and then run. I'd be like, nope, she's not staying in this room, Captain. I'd be gone.
uh,
I'd turn into a track star real quick.
not the track star.
How'd it?
I love you.
I love you. It doesn't say how old they were either. So, like, they could have been anywhere from, like, 6 to 12.
Well, no, because she says, now that I painted the picture, let me tell you the story. I must have been 7 or 8 years old. So she was about 8.
Oh, right. You know what?
I would cry. I was scared of
Yeah.
everything. When I was 8, those are the days we were watching The Grudge, and my dad. This is okay. I think I'm the only one out of my siblings who loves horror movies and horror just in general. But my parents, when we used to watch horror movies with them, he would like have us sit and open our eyes during the scary parts. He would do this to our eyes.
That's so
During
rude.
the fucking scary parts. Because we would hide behind pillows. He'd be like, no, get that pillow away. But to be fair, like I was telling you last time, like my parents were hella young. So that's just what happens when you have young ass parents. Oh, do you want to update everyone on the baby?
So the puppies that were born on my lap, which was literally this puppy that was born on my lap last week. Unfortunately, the night after they were born, one of them didn't make it.
Oh.
And then today, we woke up and Mama wasn't doing good. Which is fair. She was like 14 years old having puppies. And, she passed. Which she actually was having a lot of health issues around Thanksgiving. And so, yeah, my mom, she was really scared that she was gonna pass around Thanksgiving, but she stuck around, and I guess having puppies really did her in, you know? Which, like I said, we didn't know she was pregnant until, you know, she actually birthed the children.
Oh, I can hear the baby.
She's just a little squeaky girl.
Oh, was the one who didn't survive the one who was breed?
Yeah, the one that was born backwards. Yeah.
Sweet child.
So, hey, baby, want some milk?
Oh, I can hear him. These are like her little blessings to you guys before she heads out. She's like, all right, I'm gonna head out, deuces, but I'm gonna wait a few months, give you guys a little present, and then I'm out. That's your problem now.
Yeah. My mom said if we can keep this alive, she's gonna rename it Annabelle, which was the mama's name.
Oh, Annabelle the second, Junior. I don't know. Is Junior's just for boys?
I don't know. Want some milk, baby? Yeah. She's actually drinking now, which is a perfect time for you to be able to read.
Yeah. So I actually found this one on Two Hot Takes. So I, 26 female, found out I was being stalked 58 male by posting to Let's Not Meet. Too long didn't read. My post into Let's Not Meet put my stalker in jail. Using a different account because I made the mistake of using a personal Reddit before. I love your show and think this could spread some good awareness, and I feel at least safe enough to finally elaborate a little bit. This time last year, my roommate and I started to do daily outfit checks on our Ring doorbell. For context, our apartment was one of 4 in split-level house located in the city. We were the only apartment situated on the first floor. The first door of the house unlocked, there is no key. It opens to a staircase that leads up a spiral staircase that goes downstairs. I would press the doorbell that's outside my personal door, introduce what I was wearing, and she would do the same. This went on until about December. Wait, I think that's actually hella cute. To do like daily fit checks using your ring. That's a cute idea.
Oh my gosh, that is adorable.
December rolls around and I've accumulated enough clips to make TikToks. As we're flipping through our daily fits, there are some missed rings from a man I didn't recognize. I was shocked. The clips were all scary as fuck. When we look back through the recorded history to see what came before, this guy just comes into my house. It's me. He would come inside a minute after me, idle at my door and pretend to cry, hide his face, or become visibly frustrated, and then he'd leave. I was scared as fuck. I had never been scared before in my life, and that fear was palpable. I stopped walking alone at night. I stopped walking alone altogether. I stopped leaving my house. I thought I was paranoid because I live in the city, so of course he could have just been some younger, mentally ill, homeless person, or maybe he had found something of mine, or liked my dogs and had a question about them. Whatever. I posted a Reddit to get some insight, and that post changed my life. I, 26 female, think I have a stalker, or something to that effect. I was made aware that I was being naive about the whole situation, that I was literally being stalked, and this wasn't funny, that this was dangerous, and lastly, that the man stalking me was naked from the waist down. In 2 of the 3 videos I had posted. He was naked. I couldn't handle.
Crazy.
Right? Bro, the fact waist down and I wonder, was he butt ass naked, or like did he have Maybe I might have to go find the original post that she posted on Let's Not Meet.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't want to see anything either.
Comments. Maybe somebody was like, "Is he actually naked?" And she like clarifies.
Okay. Well, she says he was naked. And then
Mhm.
to clarify, she says he was naked from the waist down in 2 of the 3 videos. So disgusting, first of all. I mean, don't get me wrong. I
Mhm.
would love that Eve never ate the apple and we can all walk around butt ass naked because clothes sometimes is like too much. But no. Anyway, I couldn't handle how embarrassing the situation was, and I stopped bringing people over to my house. Oh, that sucks. I hate that for you. I did not think the post I made would have gotten so much attention as it had. My friend had read my post before, and I had even told them what was going on. I received tons of messages about whether or not I was safe, about the video I had posted, and whether or not people could do story times about what happened to me. If I had finally gone to the police, all positive messages, except one. Ugh. I got a message from an account that said, "Please delete your post. I am not a stalker." Huh? Like, what the fuck? Was he hoping this would was he hoping this would provide me some sort of relief, expecting me to see that and think, "Oh, phew, glad that's all cleared up." No. I posted to Let's Not Meet. I ended it with exactly that. Why would you send a message like that if you're the person the post is about? Crazy as fuck. When I went to look at the profile in question, there was a man, punk ass face. Sorry. The same face from the Ring videos. I was mortified. He had recorded the video of himself speaking at one point and posted it to a Reddit community about soccer or something, and my heart just fucking sank hearing him talk. I blocked the account and screenshotted everything I could and sent it to my school's police. They followed up with me, but because he was a stranger, there's nothing anything can do about it besides wait for it to happen again. I hate that. Okay, hold on. Let me interrupt this for a second because the fact that the police can't do anything until it's too late grinds my gears.
Hold on, wait. The fact that they won't do anything until it's too late.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of, because like they can, 100% they can. They can look into it. They can put like people to make sure that she's safe, but them being like, "Oh, we can't do anything unless he actually does something." Like that's fucked up. Like that's how you get people killed.
No, because that's what happens in a lot of true crime stories too. Like, you'll hear a bunch of stories, and there are moments to where people report that specific person, and then nothing happens until it's too late, and then they're like, "Oh, that's so sad. You could have done something. What do you mean?"
Mm-hmm.
I digress. Anyway, it doesn't. I stopped seeing him, and fast forward to July, I moved to my new house. I was fucking elated to be alive. It's July 1st and I feel free. I'm moving in with my mom. I'm skipping and bopping around. Everything is great. July 2nd, I'm walking my dogs and we go to the back of my house. As we're rounding the corner to make it back, there's a person on the opposite side of the sidewalk. Something about him pings my brain as we walk past one another. Just several feet away, he looks at me in the eyes and smiles. I look at my friend and stop in my track. It's broad daylight, and I've never been so angry. I look at her and I say out loud for anyone to hear, "That's the guy that was naked at my door!" Sorry, I had to be dramatic. Like, I would be dramatic. I would be hella dramatic. Like, "Yo, that's the mofo who was at my door. He was like butt ass naked and everything." Anyway.
He had his willy out in his buns, dude. He's trying to make a hot dog around here. He needs to get out of here.
At least he didn't swing it in a circle.
You know, he might have.
Oh my God,
if the doorbell
no.
doesn't show it, you know.
That's
If the doorbell didn't show it, he probably was. He was out. He could have been out there airplane, and we didn't know.
He doesn't react and keeps walking. That's the guy that found my Reddit post. Nothing. I face him completely. His back is to me, and I scream, "If I ever see you here again, I will beat the fuck out of you." In hindsight, that was the worst thing I could have said, but it was mortifying. I took a picture of him and called the police. They couldn't find him. July 5th, he's sitting across the street from my house waiting for me. And my roommates see him and take a photo. The police find him and tell him to stay away. He doesn't and is right back at my damn house. Ugh, terrifying. He is a stalker.
Jesus.
They issue my emergency PPO. and issue a warrant for stalking, he's arrested and bonds himself out. I feel kind of redundant, but he showed back up the same day he's bonded out. I called the police and had to see the magistrate again, and they issued another warrant for felony stalking and violating APP. He showed up every single day, even after being arrested and being out on bail and being out on bond. He doesn't show up for the hearing for the PPO/stalking charges, which placed him in contempt of court. A fucking bounty hunter had to find him. He's sitting in jail right now. Our court date is next week, and I just can't fucking believe this all happened. By the way, guys, I know I'm usually a potty mouth, but all these curse words came from the post, okay? I just want to let you guys know that right now. I really want to go through this and edit this. I think airing it out would be really helpful for me, and being silent freaks me out. So crazy to feel safe enough to discuss this finally. Damn.
That's actually insane.
Yeah. I could never. Oh, wait. How do I share my screen? So this is the picture if you guys want to see. Oh, wait. Wrong screen. Can you guys see the picture? Yeah. So this is the picture of the guy on my, that's terrifying. I could never.
He looks wild. Actually, he doesn't look wild, but the fact that he was at their doorbell so many times, that's so creepy.
To me, he just looks like a regular person. I don't know. You never know who you're gonna run into, so be careful out there. There's a lot of crazies out there.
Even serial killers look normal.
When I was reading through this, I was like, oh my god, I can't even imagine going through that.
Me neither, dude. I've had a stalker before when I was in high school, but it was not bad. It did kind of show up at my house, but it wasn't terrible. But this, a stranger doing it is actually
when I was in high school, okay, I was nice to everybody. I was even nice to that weird kid, and I lived across the street from a park back then. This weird kid ended up showing up to the park trying to get me to go outside and play with them every single day. It was creepy to the point to where my dad, my parents were like, no, get the fuck off my lawn type energy.
Oh my gosh. Too pretty for your own good, I guess.
No, I was also a weird kid, but I was just nice.
Nah. That was a joke, because no matter how pretty you are, you don't deserve to be stalked. I think people, especially the weird kids, when they get shown a little bit of attention, that's something that they probably lacked their whole life. They really want to latch onto that and keep getting that attention, but they go way too far with it, and it's just, they need to have a little bit of decency.
Well, because, okay, don't get me wrong. I definitely know I was a weird kid. I was a spooky kid. Still am a spooky kid. Will forever be a spooky boo-boo kid.
So you're on the type of spectrum of spooky where you love horror games and horror movies. You're not the type of spooky that's going to stand outside my house at 3 a.m. making grudge noises.
I might.
And if
you never know.
You know what? Actually, let me take that back real quick. A few minutes. She's like, wait, actually, I might do that. Hold on. How dare
what
you?
is it? Hibachi teriyaki?
Sashimi. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
So funny. I saw that audio on TikTok the other day, and I was like, now I have to watch the scary movie. What is it? Scary Movie 4?
Yeah. Alright. Whenever you're ready.
A creep at work wants to kidnap me. I met a man at work that I think he likes me. I catch him looking at me until he asks for my contact. I liked him back, but he been acting weird. He started somehow stalking me at work, showing up places where he shouldn't be there. Also telling me not to talk to any man because he's jealous. I didn't like this, so I told him that we can't be together. He got sad but kept texting me. Now I kept replying to him because I still liked him even though he's not the right guy. I guess my feelings are winning. Today he told me something really, really, really bad. I sent him a voice memo and a notification sound could be heard from my memo. My guy friend texted me. So this guy ignored all what my memo and asked me who I was talking. I lied and told him it was a female friend. So even though there's nothing between me and the guy friend. But after that he told me if he finds out I'm talking to another man, he'll kidnap me. He told
The
me this
fuck?
phrase before and I thought he was joking. Okay, I asked him again why he's joking and he said he's serious about it. Since he dared to show up at my work, also he waits for me outside the doors every day before entering work. I never told him though. So I'm scared he's gonna kidnap me or something. I am totally talking to other guys and I made it clear to this creep guy we are just co-workers. He said he gets sad and then texts me again. I'm scared to block him. Also, I can't report him to my boss because my boss is his family. I just want to solve
Oh.
this in peace without reporting him. What can I do? I tried ghosting him, but he kept texting me over and over, and I replied because I was afraid. Should I be direct with him again and tell him to stop it all? Should I block him? I'm just scared. I know he knows my dad too, so I'm scared he'll tell my dad lies or tell my coworkers because I was talking to him secretly. Also, I know he's dangerous and I know I must get rid of him before it's too late. I need advice. I'm scared. He's 21 years old and he lives in another state, but he uses transportation to come to work.
The fuck? Wait, what kind of? I'm wondering. I need more context. Like, does she? What kind of job does she work? Is she like a server? Is she like a bartender? I could definitely see this in those situations.
I don't know. And it doesn't say how old this person is, but the way that they type, like,
They need to
it's
go back
very
to school.
frantic. Oh yes, they do. It's rough. I had to edit so much as I was reading.
Stay in school, children.
Please stay in school. At least be literate. Come on. But words are really hard. Mona,
Words are
I know,
hard.
honey. Words are very hard. And lately I've been really struggling with talking verbally. And it's like I'll be in the middle of saying something and then I forget the actual word. And I'm just like, am I stupid or am I like having mini seizures? What's happening? I don't know. My brain is not accepting words. We're thriving.
So I found this one on Creepy Encounters. It said, he followed me to my car, so I barked until he ran away. I, 23 female, had a terrifying encounter tonight that ended in the weirdest way possible. I was walking to my car after my shift when I noticed a guy following me. I tried walking faster, taking random turns, and somehow he was still there. When I reached my car, he actually talked. He said, "Hey, beautiful."
I'm sorry, I didn't quite get that. Could you say that again?
Hey, beautiful.
Nice. Hold on. I felt my heart twisting there. I couldn't hear you over my heartbeat.
I had to. I'm sorry. I can feel my heart in my throat. I've always been told to be polite to de-escalate, but something just snapped. Instead of screaming or saying thank you, I looked at him dead in the eye and I let out the weirdest dog bark I ever done. Woof, 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 woof. I didn't
Oh my
stop.
God.
I just acted like a crazy girl and saw him getting disgusted and weirded out. He walked away, obviously. I'm home now and still can't believe I did that, but I've realized something. Men aren't interested in crazy ones. 10 out of 10 would recommend going feral to stay safe. Stay safe out there, yo.
Honestly, that's so good.
Uh,
I watched there's a girl on TikTok who literally does the same thing because like she's really pretty. So her name is Kitty and she makes a whole thing on TikTok about traumatizing boys that bother her. And she's like, first of all, the first thing you have to know about me is I'm asexual and I'm not afraid to make things weird. So she literally like makes the weirdest noises and faces and she's really flexible. So like she'll bend over backwards
I
to
think
like
I know who you're
crawl at
talking
the men.
about.
She's crazy and I love it so much. I love her.
Because sometimes they don't know does not mean no to them. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
leave me alone, bro. There's also a
Oh, my
girl
heart
that I've
rhythm.
been watching. Oh my god, I fucking love her. Have you seen the girl who goes to bars and like lies to men that she's a witch and she brings her tarot cards and like scares the fuck out of them by telling their future? By telling
I
their
have
fake
never
future?
seen that.
Oh my god, I have to find the
I've
video. She's done it multiple
definitely.
times. And I guess one girl, one after seeing her video, someone hit her up to pay her $500 to do it. She was like, I would have done it for free. Like, yeah. So she meets up with this girl's ex-husband who cheated on her with someone who was younger. was like, "Oh, do you have a grandfather named this and this?" And the lady was like, I mean, and then the guy was like, "Yeah, how'd you know?" And then he started asking questions about the grandfather, but she was already prepped by the ex-wife. The ex-wife gave her all the info, and she basically told the guy like, "Yeah, your grandfather says you fucked up. You're with the wrong woman." And it freaked
I
the
love
guy
that.
out so bad, and the guy ended up leaving the other girl that he
I love
cheated
that.
on the wifey for. And I'm like, that's the kind of petty shit I would do if I got cheated on. You can just go hire somebody to make you think you fucked up your entire life.
I would definitely do that too. I'd be like, honestly, I would let someone pay me to terrorize their ex, especially if they cheated. I would have no problem doing that. I'd be like, "You want me to terrorize your ex? Okay. Okay. $20 and I'll make him holla, bro." Like not in a good way. He's gonna scream and cry and beg for mercy and his mommy probably.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, sorry guys. I just had to end with something that was more fun and lighthearted. You like my little barking? Woof woof.
Of course, I love it when you bark for me, baby.
I hope that this week was even if it was creepy stories, that it was more lighthearted.
Thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out with us. You are amazing and beautiful and wonderful. Thank you guys for listening to us be chaotic and silly, and hope to see you next week with more Control Plus drama.
Also, if you haven't already, we have a YouTube channel. It's Control Plus Drama, and you can also listen to us on Spotify. It'll be up by this Friday.
If you guys want to go find the previous episodes, you can go find it there and subscribe so that you can keep up to date with this if you miss our live. But
Bye!
goodbye.